Hello, Sasha here, and we're going to talk about the new most OP deck in the game. And there's three of them. Well, it's all Boar Badger is my point. So there's been three variants that I guess the three most top tier variants are Skrill Pigeon, Skunk Falcon Boar Badger, Skrill Pigeon, Cam Falcon Boar Badger, and what I've personally been really liking is Squizzard Falcon, Cam, Boar Badger, no Pigeon. And Boar Badger is really, really strong. Because the Boar just tanks so much and does so much damage too. The Falcon's like really good, and the Badger just gets revved up since it has so much to tank for it. And it's kind of hard to explain more about showing some gameplay first, so we're going to go ahead and do that. But when you have like Cam Falcon Squizzard, it's so good with it too, because I mean if you're fighting snakes, it's probably not. I mean it could still work well, I think, in my opinion. But it'd be really difficult because if you get snake attacks, your units are gonna die eventually. You just need to do damage before they die, ideally. But if you're fighting like say Legos, like you can run this and switch out skunks for cams if you want. I'm just a big fan of skunks, so. Speed this up. Really good map for Lego. He has an extra mill pretty much. So I've played this against Badger Fox. It's really good against Badger Fox in my opinion. Also really good against Boar Fox. But you need to do, like, you probably won't be able to kill the Fox, but you should like kill the enemy's third mill or a bunch of Warrens or the second mill. You need to be killing a ton of stuff though, like take a really good fight so that their Fox value doesn't really matter. I have just one game against Lego, then I have a couple against Melvin. So yeah, this pretty defensive play from me. Lego's going heavy on the skunks. And now with 16 farm double tier 3, it's okay if the opponent goes no tier 3, there's probably gonna be a window where they can kill you. But if the opponent goes 1 tier 3, you can almost certainly put down 2 tier 3 and be fine. Although in this case, Lego didn't go tier 3. Although he did go meal though, so that's not awful. I do kind of take some not awesome fighting here, but I barely managed to hang on. So I mean, as long as I get my tier 3s out. He does have Wolf, and he did play really greedy this game, but my games against Melvin will still be pretty enlightening. Pigeons healing the 28 health skunk instead of the 1 HP skunk, so nice job, Pigeons. Do some selling. I mean, now Lego puts down the Wolf, but it's a little bit too late. Putting down a ton of Falcons, which is good. And did I get both units out? Also, when you're going multiple tier 3, you should, if you can, separate them since most people only expect 1 tier 3. So they'll be completely caught off guard by the other tier 3 showing up. And they might not attack you since they think you have more army than you actually do, since most people don't try to punish 1 tier 3. Yeah, his Wolf's not out yet. He has 6 Falcons, 3 Snakes, 4 Skunks, a ton of Pigeons though, holy shit. That's really overkill, needs more Falcons. I did take a ton of Pigeons, since Skrills will just die to his Skunks, so yeah. And Boar in front. And also, Boar plus Skunk Gas does 6 DPS a second, or 5 DPS a second, which is pretty considerable. And see, the thing is, like, focusing down a boar is annoying enough. Focusing down a badger is annoying enough. Imagine trying to get through both of them. Because if you focus the boar, like, the badger's gonna get its rev up probably. Like, it always depends, but like, facing this comp is so nice. Like, there's so much to tank for the badger. But as you try to dive the badger, the other person just pulls the badger backwards and your army just dives to their army as you try to chase down the badger since your units are moving and not shooting. It's so difficult to fight because the badger can usually get its rev up. Okay, where are the Melvin games? Okay, we have 3 to look at. I did have a 4th one, but I got like really behind early, and while I did get Boar Badger out, like, it wasn't really close at all. And we played a bunch of other games, but none of the others went to Boar Badger, so I'm not going to bother showing them. Yeah, here's the Squizzard variant of the Boar Badger deck, which I really enjoy. And I really like it just against like Skrill decks and Skrill Pigeon and whatnot. Because Squizzard is really eco-heavy. Because when the enemy goes tier 2, you just build farms and then you build some tier 1. Since your tier 1 come out in time to stop any tier 2 push. So they build skunks, you put down like 2 farms, 3 farms, then put down the lizard warrens or whatever. And by the time that if they actually try to push, you'll have out enough tier 1 to stop them. So since you can go such eco so fast, you can hit the timing real quickly, which is really nice. Now, I definitely did get ahead in this game, but the ending fight's still pretty interesting, since he gets out a Badger versus Boar Badger. It's actually pretty close, since I attack into his base, which is Defender's advantage for him. Yeah. Pretty standard play so far. Kind of a weird map. I didn't ever realize there was a backdoor right here. Dang, I really wish I saw that. That would have been really useful to know, but oh well. Yeah, now he's going this. Yeah, so I did see it, and again, you can just read up here. Like, he doesn't even have a mill. I'm gonna have 2 farms. Like, that's huge, since he doesn't have a mill yet, so he needs to wait 20 seconds to build a mill 2, and like, his push is not gonna work. If it was like 4 cams, that would be pretty scary. Or actually, 4 skunks will be really scary. But it's Skunk Falcon, so. Yeah, I'm just putting down more tier 1. Going lizard heavy here. Oh, I actually put cams here. Oh yeah, so I go cams because I intended to run around and try to base race him. Did he even... He had to have seen that. Yeah, he had to have seen that. So yeah, I'm pretty much just distracting him in the meantime. Take this mill. He probably assumes I ran back to base. Put down the Skrill Warren. I see his army, so I do the lizards. Now, this isn't enough to base race. In his position, he should have just pushed. Because he'll lose a bunch of pigs. Well, actually, maybe... No, I don't... No, 9 lizards can't kill this mill because of the pig fire. They definitely can't. So he can just push here and kill me. Because I have like 6 skills and 2 cams or 0 cam. Like, I have 1 cam about to pop. And I guess 7 skills at home. Like, he just kills me. But fortunately, he comes back to base. I snipe 2 pigs. I leave. And yeah, that's really nice because it buys me time to get more skills out and the cam out. Now a 2nd cam even. And he is going to kill the mill here, which is unfortunate, but I mean, I'm going to win the fight. Barely. But I killed 2 farms on his first mill. And farms are about to start following too, so that's a really big deal. So yeah, the fight actually still somehow goes really decent for me. And I'm up 2 farms pretty much, and I have to sit in mill, which I do start using. Let's speed this up. So yeah, I was just kind of feigning harassment because, I mean, or feigning a push because I have 2 farms up and I don't want to be scouting. Again, I'm just trying to keep him from scouting here, and I'm in a really good spot. Okay, now he sees it, so now I start doing some lizard shenanigans. And he's preempting the lizard shenanigans too because of this. But I decided to go after these units, which... I mean... I wish... it would have been nice if I killed that falcon. So I end up actually losing a ton of shit. And I thought I lost the game here. I was like, fuck. Oh, that wasn't... But I don't know about that. But the thing is, look, the mill's still alive. I'm still getting tons of food. So, like, I've already made... I killed 2 tier 2 there with the lizards. So I basically lost 9 lizards in value. But these 4 pigs have been they're still alive. So it's fine, actually. And this falcon's actually going to take a while to try to kill this mill. So, I mean, that trade was fine because I get all the food back, pretty much. Like, this is 4 food every second. 10 seconds is 40 food. I mean, 20... okay, maybe... Well, it was still good for me, whatever. I got 8 farms on the second mill, so... Or on this mill. It's all good. Getting some tech out in the meantime. So, with Boar Badger, it's honestly... I'm going to be playing really Squizzard heavy or tier 1 heavy in these games, but getting out more falcons and more cams is really good. Like, that's the better composition, generally. Especially if you're fighting skunks or boar. Like, you want more falcons. Yeah, more and more falcons is really what you want here. But just the way I play tends to get very tier 1 heavy. So yeah, he's going tons of skrills since I don't have any cams. Going his own badger. I think he scouted my stuff. Okay, now he is. Yeah, some more cams. It's really debatable whether you want cams or falcons here. Honestly, falcons is probably better. Unless you're fighting boar or enemy cams, maybe. Like, otherwise, if you're fighting like skunk falcon or something. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to make a call, but... Because early and mid game, more cams is usually the right answer. Late games, like falcon count gets really important. Oh, so he was going fox behind us. Interesting. So you have a bunch of army, but I end up attacking into his base. And normally attacking into a base, and I have, like, it's usually not that good a call. And see, the thing is, I have no pigeon window badger here, which is pretty funny. See, I kill a ton of warrens, but it's all about winning this fight. And this badger gets a ton of free, like, damage. Look, my badger goes down, but, like, my boar is just staying there in the way. It's, like, so good. Although here I just remax and kill him, so. Like, between the Squizzard and the boar and the cams, the badger has so much to tank for it. Like, you really don't need pigeons against Sync. Pigeons can be really nice. And Melvin played this deck against me, which I'll show that in the next game now. I didn't know he was going Boar Badger, did it? And then he showed up, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, so he likes this version of the deck, which is really good. I just really like this Squizzard version myself. It's preference, I guess, at the end of the day. This version is... I wanted to test out this version. Honestly, the Camp Falcon version is probably better in most situations. But it's not a huge deal, like micro decision making, skill levels gonna matter generally before this nuance of the deck comps comes into play. But yeah, I'd take this against like wolf, snakes. Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's preference. I'd say this is overall still slightly stronger, but it's really preference at the end of the day. And I just generally prefer skunks over camps. I have a really awkward second base since I have to spend 2 sentries going around, and he's going Camp Falcon, which is really nice for him. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep him from attacking into my base over here. Yeah, so then this happens. This is just a disaster because, like, I have more army actually, but like all my skills just get picked off. My other skills and the falcons aren't there right away. It's just really bad in cage for me. I mean, it's not super awful, but whatever. Okay, so I see Sand on 4 farms, which is kind of what the fuck. So I figure he's going tier 3. And I don't bother farming up anymore. Still have yet to see it. Well, I think at this point in time, I thought it was this mass tier 2 maybe for timing. But I still suspected tier 3, and this time I do find it. And I just kind of assume he has 8 farms too. Or I guess not. I don't know. I just pretty much go mass falcon here. Because it's too late to build my own tier 3. And he doesn't have any skunks, so tons of skrills too. I end up supply blocking myself on 10 falcons, which is kind of annoying. Whatever. And this is where the boar comes out. Start going my own tier 3 since I feel confident against this badger. Well, as confident as I can, but I need my own tier 3 at some point. Otherwise, I'm going to get outskilled. Spamming skills for more army. And now this is where it gets funny. Check this out. So I have 10 falcons. See how good 10 falcons are. Oh. Oh, oh. There goes the basher and the boar. So then my own boar comes out and I have to give up some warrants, which is really annoying. And I'm like, okay, I'm good now. Like, that was a decent trade for me, kind of. And then I decided to counterbush, but I wait way too long. Like, I should have just defended and built the badger and got, like, my 3rd mill is safe, and I can go grab this 4th mill pretty safely, and he's just stuck to the slow ground 3rd mill. Like, I'm in a very good defensive position. Instead, I decided to counterattack, but, like, way too late. And he does a really good job focus firing. It's like, well, fuck. Well, there's like 2 HP. But he's gonna get his tier 3 out, and yeah. Not good. But yeah, if he had just microed back into his army, he would have been fine. Like, this is just he really missed micro there. Okay, let's look at the last game I have. Funnel map. Yep. Playing the Squizzard Cam, or Squizzard variant here. And I really like, if you're playing Squizzard on an open map like this with a lot of mills, definitely think about 3rd mill play. Like, full farming a 3rd mill as much as, like, if you can, depending on enemy comp, and just going mass, lots of tier 1. He has mines, falcons, pigeons, skrills, badger, fox. I do see his mines, which is nice. And yeah, I just farm up. Pretty quick 16 farms for both of us. And I decide, well, I don't want to all in. And I have mills on my side, and this is an open map, I have Squizzard, so I decided to go for like really heavy eco play. Again, I would say going a tier 2 heavy army, like the more falcons and more cam or skunk, is really good with badger board, generally better. It's just the way I play, it tends to be really Squizzard heavy. I mean, sometimes, like, if you're fighting this comp, I think really Squizzard heavy is fine. But definitely get more falcons than I usually do in my games. I do not get enough falcons. Yeah, so I just fully farm up here. I was a little nervous there might be a window here, but it's good. Get my boar out. He's getting his badger and fox out. spamming a ton of lizards since I know he might attack soon, so I need as much units as quickly as possible. Then he's coming over, and like my army is pretty out of position, but there's like no meat to his army. Like it's Falcon, Pigeon, Skrill, Badger, Fox. Like there's no HP, there's no shielding there. Like damn. Well, he backs off, then yeah, just a little bit of posturing. He got 2 farms and some tier 1, which is annoying, but whatever. Again, I'm really up in eco here. And I figure he was, since he was probably preparing for a push. And he has 180 food and mines that aren't doing anything. But yeah, okay, so I forgot to mention this, but I sold my 2 tier 2 warrants, or one. I sold my tier 2 warrants to farm up this mill, which was risky, but it ended up working out because I figured I have the eco advantage. I can just spam Squizzard, and like the Boar and Badger add such meat to the army, I can at least take a semi-good trade. The most dangerous part is if I get counterattacked by if he has tier 3 alive and I get counterattacked, and my Boar and Badger are both dead. But against, like if he has Boar Badger or something. But he has Fox Badger, which isn't super concerning as long as I can get his pigeon count low. Like say have the lizards come from behind. Because, I mean, even though he'll take a cost-effective trade, I can just brute force him away until my tier 3 get out. Because, like, a Badger's gonna die to 30 lizards. Even if it takes 20 of those lizards to kill it. Here I'm just mine sweeping. I don't want any surprises, so I'm just getting some mines out of the way. Yeah, there's just no meat to his army here. And I know he's taking a lot of pot shots at my lizards, but I don't really want to engage that since I want to wait for my falcons. I'm just kind of whatever. Like the fox damage is not a huge concern to me. I don't know why he never ran his fox round this way. Like if he just ran his fox round to kill this mill, like he would have won the game, honestly. Getting a second Badger, second Fox, really, really good idea. Getting more tier 3. A lot of people tend to stay on 1 tier 3, but when you're in high eco like this, like if you have a farmed 3rd mill, start grabbing more tier 3. 90% of the time. Pretty much any unit. Or any tier 3, I mean, it's worth it. And now I decided to go for the push. Okay, and I know he has mines, so I'm like, okay, he's probably trying to walk me over his mines, and his 3rd mill's over here, so this is like the most direct attack path, so I actually decided to go across the road and come from a different angle. Now, you don't want your lizards to go in so early, like you want your Boar and Badger to start shooting at the same time, especially when I'm fighting his Badger, since his Badger starts his rev earlier, which is annoying, but whatever. Like, I'm just kind of brute forcing my way through. Again, I don't have any pigeons with my Badger, and it's going fine. And I killed all his pigeons since he was retreating pretty much. And I'm trying to push here, but I can't really focus fire since I'm just trying to keep my units alive. Here I fuck up and lose my Boar. I mean my Badger. I'm like, oh fuck, that's not good. Wish I killed that Badger Warren, whatever. I killed a ton of Warrens. I mean, there's not a whole lot up on these farms, but I killed them. And I'm like, okay. No, maybe I could actually take this fight since he has not a lot of units. And I have 5 pigeons, a ton of lizards. I think I could take this fight honestly, but I'm not sure. Like his Badger might keep on kiting back with some pigeons, and then all my shit dies. So I just decide I can just dive his 3rd mill, sell off my tier 2 Warren, and stall long enough. Because the thing is, if I kill all his eco, he's gonna have a really hard time getting pigeons out, or just units in general. And when the Badger doesn't have that much support, and I get like this really nice flank, and I kill a ton of pigeons here. He's also starving, which is gonna take time out of his day, pretty much. So yeah, I figure between all those factors, I can keep Squizzard around and just get my tier 3 out in time. A little slow on selling, but he has to rebuy a mill and everything. It's so awkward. Well, actually, nice to grab the campfire there, which is nice for him. Skrills definitely want lizards here just since they're better at chasing down. And I decided to sack this mill. Also, when you're I didn't do a good job at this, but when you're fighting Badger, you want to place your Warrens so they don't rev with the Badger. Like his Badger could kill this mill, rev on these Warrens, kill this mill, rev on these Warrens, etc. Like, these Warrens should not be right here because they can rev with the Badger. About to go in. I do keep some falcons. I actually kill a badger. And when you have lizards against badger like this, just back up. Don't let the badger get fully rubbed. Just go in and out like this. And I'm just waiting for my tier 3 to get out, and I'm good. So I go back in, kill a ton of pigeons here. And I just back up again. And I mean, the game's over. Like, he doesn't have any pigeons left. He has no eco to build pigeons. Like, he is getting a rough here, which is pretty annoying. But again, he doesn't have enough support left. Yeah, I mean, if you're not fighting snakes, this comp is really decent. Without pigeons for the badger. Maybe if you're fighting skunks though. Well, actually, not even then. As long as you have enough tier 2 heavy army, you just take a good engage. You can just brute force your way through and like kill a mill or something. So I'm being really cautious here since all these farms are about to fallow. So I'm basically out of eco too. But it's all good. Like, you just, yep. God, the Squizzard, Cam, and Boar just tank so well for the badger. Like, if you're not fighting snakes, you're good. And yeah, so I think Boar Badger is basically never played. I don't know why. I think it's really, really, really strong. Like, I'm probably gonna clickbait this video kind of. Oh, new sleeper meta deck found. Or sleeper OP deck. And that might be overstating it, but it's really hard to think. Like, what counters this deck? Because imagine having a chew through a Boar, then having a chew through a Badger, which is revved up by that point, probably. Like... And you can just go like Skrill Pigeon, Cam Falcon if you're fighting like Wolf Snake or something, so... And Boar counters Wolf. Well, counter is an overstatement, but Boar beats Wolf. So like, it's really hard to think of what counters this, honestly. Maybe like Balloon Owl, but stuff like that's really situational. Anyway, that's the end of this video.